What's up, guys? Wreck-It Reezy back with another My Hero Academia manga chapter review. And this time we got chapter 296. And this chapter was another banger from Horikoshi. We got to see some of the aftermath as well as where our story is about to go in the immediate future. Let's get right into it. So immediately we're thrown right into the aftermath of Michia's rampage. And we're seeing just the devastation and destruction that he caused for civilians, heroes, everyone. And the remaining heroes that can still fight and move, Mandalay, Waj, Present Mike, 13, they're all trying to fend off the rest of these high-end Nomus that All For One has sicked on them, basically to cover his escape. And All For One is just so clever with his use of All For One. Those radio waves he sent out at the end of last chapter, he sent some detailed instructions in my opinion, because these high ends aren't giving these heroes any room to breathe. Like, they are on the attack and the heroes are trying to prevent Shigaraki from escaping, but the high end Nomus are just these super tough, super durable, strong pests, because like the average hero can't really beat in high end. We also get to see that Michia and Mr. Compress are detained. Our boy Mr. Compress survived. He's alive, just barely, but he is detained. He is in custody, unfortunately. See, I said unfortunately. That's the thing about My Hero. Like, you're supposed to be rooting for the heroes, but you do love the villains, so you don't really want to see them lose or die either. So Mr. Compress has always been one of my favorite villains, and I just like the guy, so I'm really excited that he survived. But now we get to see what happened over at the mountain resort, and Edgeshot beat Redestro. That's crazy. Granted, Redestro is handicapped because he doesn't have feet after the conclusion of MVA, but it's kind of cool that Edgeshot got a W over Redestro either way. We get to see Giton got captured as well. Cementos bodied him, but Cementos isn't in the best shape either. So Redestro, Giton, Trumpet all have been captured and detained. It's just like, this is a win for the heroes, but at what cost? And I love that about Horikoshi. Like, the heroes lost when it comes to the overall society of things, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but they did manage to survive and seemingly win this battle to an extent, because a lot of the Liberation members were captured and detained. So that is a win for the heroes, but society is losing faith in the heroes. So many people died, so many people got injured, and as we see the aftermath, people screaming and begging for help, and everyone, all the heroes that are remaining that aren't trying to fight off the high ends, are just trying to do their best to save as many people as they possibly can. And we see these two kids trapped under debris in the rubble. This little girl trying to save her big brother, and then the debris falls and Uraraka and Froppy hop in to save them. And it's just powerful because, like, these are our students, but they are on the front lines right now. They are actual heroes, saving lives and doing their best to save as many lives as they possibly can. And Horikoshi illustrates like the gravity of the situation, because we get a lot of panels of just destruction and people begging and crying and screaming for help, and Uraraka is just like taking it all in. And there's this other hero who's near her, and he's saying like he's done, like this is too much for him, he's overwhelmed in this moment, and he's saying maybe he should find another job, maybe this was a mistake. Like, I love that, because in a situation like that, you would have people like that. You would have people who feel like, wow, I'm really in over my head right now, this is too much, this is too much death, too much destruction for me to handle. And then we get to where it really hurts. Like, we get confirmation that Midnight is dead, and we see Kirishima, Sato, Momo, and Mina holding her hand, and she's dead. And then we get the list of other heroes who died. Crust, X-Ray, I think his name was, the guy that twice stabbed in the head. And then Native, our boy from the Stain arc, died. Oh my lord. Horikoshi just has no chill whatsoever. The heroes, they can't celebrate anything because so many people lost their lives in this incident. So many people are injured, just so much destruction. And then as we go on in the chapter, we see how society is reacting to the revelation of what had been going on with Endeavor and his family. You know, people are unsure, like, is this true? If it is true, somebody has to explain something. This guy is supposed to be a hero who protects us, but he's not even protecting his own family. And the web has already been weaved. Toya has struck a critical blow to the heroes, to Hero Society, to all of Japan. And that's why I said the heroes may have won the battle, but the villains have taken the lead in the overall war. Because at the end of the chapter, we see that All For One is in Tartarus, and he can feel the other All For One. He could feel his presence coming. And what does Horikoshi decide to do after this massive war arc? Have All For One be like, why would I give you guys tomorrow? Why would I give you heroes a chance to rest, regroup, and recuperate? All For One is already at Tartarus, seeking his high-end Nomus to go free himself. And that is something that I need to talk to you guys about just briefly, just to give you a little taste of what that means. The USJ Nomu, who is as strong as All Might himself, is in Tartarus. Muscular is in Tartarus. There are so many critical and just vital weapons that Shigaraki and All For One will have access to in this prison break. It's like we are literally going to enter an age of darkness after this. As we saw, it was hard enough for the heroes to fend off just Michiya in a 73% All For One Shigaraki, not to mention a USJ Nomu who is as strong as All Might, as fast as All Might, has shock absorber, super regeneration. How? Our top heroes are still broken, battered, and in the hospital and on death's door. Like, we have entered an age of true darkness within My Hero. And I gotta say, it's kind of glorious as a reader, but for the characters in there, shit is going to get so dark. And it's just wild. Horikoshi is an absolute madman, but his pen is godly, and I am here for every second of it. But that's gonna do it for this review, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on post notifications, because January we will see the return of MHA Fight Club. Our first matchup is All For One Shigaraki versus 9, and you guys won't want to miss that. And as always, I've been Reezy, you guys just got wrecked, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.